You mentioned full fibre network move to that. How does the deployment of that sort of reduce the impact of disasters? So, I mean, floods is pretty obvious, I suppose, as an example.
Thank you.
What we see is fibre is, on average, about 8 times more reliable than the copper network, and that is due to water ingress that goes into copper joints through to especially what we've seen recently in Queensland with flood damage, rebuilding the FTTP nodes, which has batteries within their power packs, different types of electrical equipment. Those nodes are powered. We've got battery backup in the street network, but obviously when power and electricity grid does go down, we have to deploy generators to keep that up and running. Sometimes you cannot get a generator in to a number of these areas. When it's flood damage, safety is absolute priority for our workforce internally and externally in that regard. So a fibre network has no need to have power in the street. It's passive fibre cable, optical glass, all the way through from the local telephone exchange through to the end customer's home. So that inherent reliability and resilience is built into that fibre cable. And floods, wind damage, those types of aspects, especially if fibre is underground, and we try and underground as much of our fibre as possible where it economically makes sense too, that stands the test of time. And that's back to my earlier mentioning around the upgradability of fibre in the future is about changing the boxes, the electronic boxes at either end, and not having to change that network. So that is why we are seeing less and less network faults and customer faults. And in the event of Queensland, for instance, when there is flood damage, the network is ready to go when power comes back on for customers inside their homes and businesses.
Okay, that's great. Thanks.